Hello and welcome into your Bruins review for Game 1 of the Stanley Cup playoffs, the first round against the Carolina Hurricanes rematch of the Eastern Conference Finals from last year, and the Bruins get a deserved win, 4-3 against the Carolina Hurricanes. Patrice Bergeron getting his fourth career playoff overtime goal, making him the all-time leading Bruin in that category. A clutch player, Patrice Bergeron scoring big overtime goals in the playoffs, that's just what he does. This game would take two overtimes, as you can see the deja vu in the top right, referring to last night's game, Tampa and Columbus, which had 5 overtimes. That's absurd. And that's why this game was at 11 a.m. on Wednesday and not 8 p.m. last night, which actually helped me because I was able to watch it live because I was working last night. But Bruins put in a good shift today. Good performance against the Canes, and they look like the Bruins that we knew before the break. Before the coronavirus shut everything down, this is kind of what the Bruins look like. Dominating play in a lot of aspects of the game. The first line got it going for the first time in a while, and overall they just looked like a good team, and against a very good Canes team that you gotta wonder if it's just a bad matchup for them against the Bruins. They struggled with this last year in the playoffs. We swept them in the Eastern Conference Finals, and now they're getting us again, and we go up 1-0. So you gotta wonder there. Too early to tell, but let's get into the goals. So 13 minutes in the game, Joel Edmondson would get the Canes on the board to put them up 1-0. Vogel would draw a crowd on the board, passes to Aho, drop pass to Tavo. Tavo passes to Edmondson coming into the zone, and Edmondson puts a slap shot on Tuukka, who's moving left to right, which finds under the blocker, finds a little hole there and gets in. Can't put that one on Tuukka. You got to put it on the defensive recognition of the Bruins here. Look at that top right picture. Look at all that open ice in our own zone. In the bottom left, you got to put it on Nick Ritchie for really being in no man's land, marking no one, just kind of standing there at the hash marks, just watching the play develop, asleep at the wheel, and Carolina poaches that opportunity, and they were opportunistic in this game, and you can't fault them at all. Pucks on net, that's all you can do sometimes, and they were finding the net today. Bruins would then tie it 1-1 late in the period. Set play off the face-off. Bergeron wins it to Marchand. Marchand goes to the outside. Pasta, who's starting on the outside, makes a run to the backside of the net. Marchand with a seeing eye pass. As you can see in the bottom left there, Pasta can't even see the pass coming, but he gets a stick on it and puts it past Mrazek, who has no time to react. And the Bruins tie it up 1-1 going into the intermission. And the Bruins look good. The Bruins look solid. They look like the better team in most of the... I would go as far to say all the periods, in my opinion. I didn't think the Canes had many good grade A chances. I thought their goals today were kind of not lucky, but pretty typical hockey goals. You know, shots on net. No one really got burnt. You got a few defensive lapses by the Bruins, but overall I was happy with how we shut down the Canes' offensive attack. Not a lot was given to them, but they did well with what they were given. The Bruins would then take a 2-1 lead in the second period, and this is controversial. I will sympathize with Canes fans here. If this was against my team, I'd be pissed. But it's not, so I gotta be a little happy that the Bruins took the lead here. But at the same time, I can understand Rod Brind'Amour's being upset with this. Because one, it turns out he was having a little issue communicating with the officials who wouldn't tell him if it was called a hand pass so it wasn't a goal or goaltender interference so it wasn't a goal. Like, he didn't know what you could challenge there. And apparently they weren't being clear with him, which, you know, you don't like to hear. Overall, I'm looking at it. I'm looking at the hand pass. I think it was Nick Ritchie who got it and hit it down, but then Mrazek makes a play on it, so I think that negates that. But then you really got to talk about, does Mrazek have this puck covered? And I think he does, to be honest. I don't think this should have counted. But as you can see in the bottom left picture, I got this, which makes a little hesitation on that. But York has his stick, and you got to wonder, is that under Mrazek's glove a little bit, and that's why they didn't call, and they thought it was inconclusive? But, yeah, Nick Ritchie just whacks it out of there. Goes to Coyle, who on the top right has a wide open net, and puts it home, and it stands because it wasn't called on the ice, so they weren't overturning that. NHL refs are pretty stubborn about overturning stuff, and the Bruins take a 2-1 lead. But the puck don't lie, and about 20 seconds later, David Pastrnak bakes a turnover up, gives it straight to Brock McGinn on a power play because, you know, Rod Brind'Amour made a challenge, lost it, delay a game, 2-minute power play for the Bruins. Nope, Brock McGinn takes it house, and there's a reason the Bruins are one of the most scored on power plays in the league. I believe that might have been last year. Actually, it's been so long. I'm talking like 2 seasons ago, but they were terrible 2 seasons ago. They might have been this year too, but it's been a while. But Brock McGinn with a nice move on Tuukka puts in that opportunistic Canes tied up 2-2. The Bruins again would take the lead 3-2. 1 minute into the third period, Great shit by this second line. I love this second line that the Bruins have going for them. They have Kosh on the right wing, DeBrusk on the left wing, Krejci down the middle. Krejci having an outstanding game. One of his best games I've seen him have in months. But you gotta love what you're seeing from them. Good pressure. Kosh draws the crowd in the slot, brings everyone to him, leaving Krejci open. Gets a little rebound off of Mrazek's pads, gets Mrazek going the wrong way, and goes around him with a nice dangle around him to make it 3-2 Bruins. And really great shit by the second line, and they get rewarded. They could have had a few goals. Jake DeBrusk had kind of a rough night at the office when it comes to putting the puck in the net. You could argue he definitely should have had one goal. I think everyone can agree the net he missed that was empty. It was basically just open net, put it in, he missed. Jake DeBrusk makes you scratch your head sometimes. He's a player you like to root for, but he's a player that makes it hard to root for sometimes when things aren't going his way. Carolina, though, would tie it again because these Canes do not go away. They just won't go away. And it's another shot from a defenseman, Hayden Fleury this time. Dzingel wins a board battle against Crowley. Trocheck gets it out of there, gives it to Fleury at the point. Shot on net. You got to put the puck on net sometimes. Neckis, I know that's pronounced wrong, and McAvoy are screening Rass. Rass doesn't see it. I think Rass should see it, though, and save this. But he doesn't, and it goes top shelf. Tie game with about 10 minutes left in the third period. Would end up going to overtime. Bruins looking like the better team. They look like the better team in the first overtime, creating more chances. But then early in the second overtime, I think early in the second overtime. What is it? It's about a minute 13 in. Very early in the second overtime. Bergeron, Pasta, and Marchand work their magic and get their second goal of the night. None of these are on the power play, too. They're all 5-on-5, which is very, very motivating and very inspiring that I think the Bruins can go a lot further than I would have told you like 5 days ago. But you kind of knew they were going to heat up, too. You kind of knew it. You could feel it coming, especially Pastrnak's chance creations last game against Washington. But Carlo blocks a shot in his own zone, leads to a breakout. Pasta gives and goes Marchand, which draws Tabo out of position. Pasta draws Edmondson to him. Aho doesn't react in time, a little asleep. Pasta backhands pass it. He slides a backhander to Bergeron, across the net. Mrazek kind of slides out of position, opens up the blocker's side a lot, and a shooter like Bergeron is going to hit that almost every time. And Bergeron seals the deal and becomes the all-time leading overtime goal scorer for the Bruins. Now, thoughts on the game. Another game where I believe we went 0 for 4, 0 for 3 on the power play, which puts us at a nice, 0 for 12 or 0 for 13 in the playoffs, which is kind of shocking. We go up 1-0 in the series. We play tomorrow night at 8 p.m. The schedule's all weird now because of the Lightning Columbus game pushing us back. But some thoughts I had on the team. Carolina's physicality is an issue. They were winning more puck battles. They had a little more heart on the boards, and you'd like to see the Bruins get better at that, which I want them to take Nick Ritchie out of the lineup. But against a team like the Hurricanes, I'm not sure you can take Nick Ritchie out of the lineup. I either have a Kuhlman or a Studnicka in there just because I think they bring more offensively. But against a team like the Hurricanes, which are grit, hard-nosed players who play this Rod Brind'Amour system, which works for them, I think you might need Nick Ritchie in there. Dougie returned for the Canes. Big improvement to the Canes. They still don't have Brett Pesce, though. Vatanen, I don't believe, has played a game for them. But a big return for them. He should be a factor in the series going forward. Williams missed the game, which is not good for the Canes. He's the heart and soul of that team. As for the Bruins, better team today, I thought clearly. McAvoy was a beast, logging over like 34 minutes, I want to say. You got to talk about Tuukka. Tuukka was okay. Not great, not bad, okay. Kasha, Krejci, DeBrusk, I already talked about the second line, so I'll spare you a little bit of time here. They were great, and I love what I see. Grizz double post. I just want to talk about that because that's so rare to see. He went crossbar to post and out. You don't see that often. That's unlucky. Another thing, in the last video I said I wanted Clifton over Lozon. Lozon grew on me a little bit this game because I felt like he got a lot better later in the game, and I thought he was a factor in a good way later in the game. I thought he had a few bad mistakes earlier in the game, but I thought as the game went on he got better, so I think he's definitely going to solidify a spot in the roster if he plays the way he did today in the next game and the game after that, because I know Bruce Cassidy likes that size. My concern before was just his ability to read the plays and make the right decisions, which he still is a little not the best at the times, but overall, if he can make the right decision most of the time and bring the physical play, he's the best option. But I think Clifton will still see some time in this playoffs just because players get injured. And a few thoughts to end the video on. Can Carolina's top line get going? The Bruins did a great job of shutting them down, not really threatening with many high-quality chances from them. They did help create that one goal by Edmondson early in the game. But besides that, not much from that first line. You gotta wonder, do the Bruins just put out good defensive assignments and shut down teams' top lines, and it sometimes just makes them go by quicker than you might think they will. But sorry if I'm stumbling a little over the words too. I didn't really sleep much last night because I worked late. But yeah, I'm really questioning whether this Carolina line, their first line, Svechnikov, Aho, and Teravainen, can get off the ground in this series. But backup action. We have 2 back-to-back games, as you can see. We have the Tuesday is not Tuesday. That is now Wednesday. That game one right there. So Wednesday, Thursday, and then next week Wednesday, Thursday. Will we see Halak and Reimer? I think we might see both of them at some point. I think tomorrow you will see Rask again, but I think next Wednesday, Thursday, depending on the series, and if it's, I'm not going to say it's going to be over. I don't want to say we're going to sweep the Canes because I don't think we're going to. But you might see Halak depending on where the series is at there. I'm not sure about Reimer. It really depends how Reimer would play tomorrow, if played. But Rod Brind'Amour played both goalies in the first series against the Rangers, so I have no reason to believe he won't do it again. And my last thought is, this just a bad matchup for the Canes? Now, I'm not going to say it is. I'm asking the question. Because last year we swept them. This year we go up 1-0, and we look pretty good. We look pretty damn good doing it today. So I'm wondering, is this a bad matchup for the Canes? We will find out. I expect the Canes to at least make this go 6. But, you never know. It could just be a bad matchup for them. That's all I have for the video today. If you like the video, hit the like button. If you like my coverage, hit the subscribe button for more Bruins videos. Sorry if I didn't really feel like my delivery was good today. I'm running on like 4 hours of sleep because of work last night and then having to wake up for the game this morning. So do give me a pass today if I'm not in my best form. But that's all I have for you, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.